Mayday, mayday, mayday. Yes, we're sending out a distress signal. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Actually, perhaps I should say pan, 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 SOS. What am I getting at? Okay, short version. Something, click, click, blah, blah, bzz, 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 bzz. Short version, looks like something's gone wrong, gone wrong, gone wrong, something's gone wrong with our channel. We're having all sorts of glitches with our channel. People can't see the videos. Videos are getting to a certain number of views and then jumping back to half that number of views, building up again, jumping back again, having all sorts of glitches and problems. Had a few people look at it. There's things called shadow banning, shadow deleting, shadows that walk in the night. There's spam. There's all sorts of problems, glitch, back up, static. So mayday, 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 we're having a few problems with our channel and maybe, quote, risky business when sometimes you just got to say, I don't give a. So I'm pretty unhappy about it, but life's too short. We're going to just keep riding. I can't just make this video and say, see you later, I can't put up with this shit. So what I'm going to say is, mayday, 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 SOS, pan, pan, what do they all mean? So once upon a time, when you're in distress, this is our message in a bottle, maybe. Once upon a time when you were in distress, there was no radios or flare guns. We're talking about sailing ship days. You turned your flag upside down. If you saw that your flag on your ship was flying upside down, if a person saw a flag was upside down, that meant they were in distress. Can't be bothered getting a flag out to turn it upside down, but that's what you did back in the old days. So then, along comes Mr. Marconi, along comes radio, and they decide, how are we going to utilise a distress signal with our radios, and we've only got Morse code, dots and dashes. So how are we going to, what can we come up with? Let's come up with some easy letters, dash, and those letters are SOS. That was in 1906. They came up with this code. So 1906, they come up with this thing. What's going to be easy? Dash, SOS. After that time, urban myth, it never happened until the radio operator on the Titanic was up to his neck in water and he sent, save our souls. Or is it, save our ship? None of it's true. That's all bullshit. They picked it because it was convenient for Morse code, dash, and that's the truth of it. All of the other stuff was invented later. Okay, that's SOS. Let's move on a little bit. We come to 1923. 1923, there's a guy, Woodcock, forgotten his name, forgive me whoever you were. He was a traffic control operator, 1923, my hometown, London. Heathrow didn't exist then, it was Croydon. He was at Croydon and he was a bit of a fan of the French language. He liked the French. He probably put on a bit of, he probably could speak fluent French. And he thought of the word m'aider, the French word m'aider, help me, m'aider. What would be easy on the radio in 1923? How about Mayday, 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 Mayday. We need help, Mayday. So, 23, he came up with that, started getting around the world, getting used, and then in 1948 they said, yes, we will officially say if you're in trouble anywhere, Mayday, 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 you're in distress, you need urgent help. Okay, that's how we get Mayday. Moving on. Moving on from SOS and Mayday, what happens if you need to talk to a radio operator? So I used to be a cop in a patrol car. When you're a cop in a patrol car, you could say, a lot of the time I was Delta 10. So I'd say, you just pick up the radio, Delta 10, and if they were busy or they were doing something else or dealing with someone else perhaps out of your hearing, they'd just say, Delta 10, stand by. and then you might wait 5 minutes while they did something else. So what you used to say when it was, you weren't in distress, but it was important, you'd say Delta 10, urgent traffic. And when you said Delta 10, this is the 70s, 50 years ago. So when you said Delta 10, urgent traffic, the radio operator knew. Somebody else was talking about their shopping list. They were sending someone out to buy pizza for the radio room. That all stopped. Delta 10, send. So we have SOS, Mayday, and in my day, as a cop, urgent traffic. What's internationally accepted is you are not in distress. Your plane isn't going to crash, but you need to speak immediately over everyone else and be immediately acknowledged. You say, pan, 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 pan. Qantas Flight 379, pan, pan. Radio operator then speaks to you immediately and shuts everyone else down. So there we have it, mate. That is the state we are currently in with our YouTube channel. It's something, I've recently changed it from Trooper Cody and Old Sarge to Trooper Cody and Steve. Now whether I've caused some problem or not, but we're having all sorts of problems. We're having SOS, we're having Mayday, we're having pan pan, we're having urgent traffic, we're having flags upside down, and we're having message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. Should have really done the lyrics for that. So anyway, where we are now is all these breakdowns, all these problems, and we are going to go riding, and we might not be back for a few weeks. We might not be back. Mine, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. This is the last voice you will ever hear.